Hey everyone, Sawmill Charlie. Well, I'm out in the bee yard. It's June the 27th, about 6 o'clock. It's not too hot. Got a little bit of a breeze. The bees are flying around a little bit, and there's always those few that want to try to sting me, so I'm here in my veil. And so I'm going to be checking the moisture content of the honey this evening. I checked it about 2 weeks ago, and it was running between 18 to 19% moisture content, which is too wet. I like my moisture content to be between 16 and 17.5. I use the refractometer here that I bought off of Amazon for about $21. I calibrated it this year again using extra virgin olive oil. The calibration should be 71.5 on the brick scale and using extra virgin olive oil. So that makes the moisture content accurate. So hopefully it has been drying down. Something I did do while we had this extra hot week, I remembered that I had some old ventilation shims, and I think I had about 6 of them, and I put them on the hives, trying to make a chimney effect through the hives with air, and hopefully that'll help dry this honey down so I can harvest it. Now, if it gets to the point where I just can't get it to dry down to the numbers that I want, then I'll take it into my house and put it in the basement and set up my drying dehumidification unit using a table and some plastic sheeting and a dehumidifier and a fan, and get it down to the levels that I want before I extract it. So let's go ahead and get into the hives. All right, we're here at the hive. I have a gallon of water here so I can wash off the refractometer after I take a test, and then wipe it down with a piece of cloth or paper towel, and then do a secondary test on another frame to kind of good idea of what is the moisture content of the honey frames. I'm going to go ahead and set this down out of the way. All right, we got the hive. Take the lid off. Now, this is the shim that I was talking about. It has a slot here, and then on the inside, if you can kind of see that it has screen with a 1/2-inch hardware cloth backing that up, and it just ventilates the top of the hive. Hopefully the moisture will be drying down, and the air will be circulating up from the bottom of the hive through the hole here in the inner cover, and then hopefully drying the honey supers out. So let's go ahead and get into this hive here a little bit. The bees are up in the top end of it. And still some white wax, and there's some capping going on here, not a whole lot. I'm going to bring this frame up. The frame is definitely filled, and there's some white wax on that side. There is some on this side here. I want to go ahead and get my refractometer out, and I'm going to take my hive tool and kind of just go in here and see if I can grab some honey. Put a little bit on the prism, flip the lid on top of it and kind of smash it down, and then let's take a look at it. And it's still about 18%. It's actually dried maybe about a 1% compared to what it was a week or two ago. It was about 19 in the open frames as far as being uncapped. And then we have Not sure whether we can get another frame out here that has some capped honey in it. Here's a frame here that's got a fair amount of capped honey. And it's a little bit more capped on that side there. I'm going to go ahead and take the water, wash this honey off, wipe it down, and we'll be back. Alright, I'm back. We've got the refractometer washed off with water. I'm going to dig in underneath this capping right here, see what I can get a little bit of honey, do another test. Of course, it's got to have some wax on it. I think that'll work. And we'll see what this is. And it looks to be about 17%, so it is drying down. I think I'm just going to have to wait a week or so. Let the bees cap it. And with this air and everything, hopefully it'll dry everything down and they'll get it moisture content down where I don't really have to use that dehumidification unit, which I really don't want to have to set up. It's just extra work for me. So let's go ahead and check out a few more other hives. Alright, we're here at another hive. Take the lid off. It also has a ventilation shim, where all it is slots with hardware cloth in behind it. We'll go ahead and pop the inner cover off. This one here hasn't done a whole lot of producing honey up in this top box. Here's a frame here that's fully filled, just not totally capped. I'm going to go ahead and take a sample of this. Alright, let's see what this is. It's about 16%, so things are doing good. A lot better than it was last week, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there. And let's go ahead and walk on down and take a couple more samples. Alright everyone, we're here at the last hive that I'm going to check. And this is one of my, I'll call it my double deep hive that I started this year using my hive lifting machine. Now something that's different about this hive, I did put a ventilation shim on this hive. But actually what it is I bought and was experimenting with it. They're actually ventilated or screened inner covers. And here's one right here. All it is a 1/8" hardware cloth screen. As you can see, they took and propolized some of the screening up already. I put some of my blocking right here and right here to raise the lid up so the air could flow out of the hive and hopefully dry some of the honey down into the hive. And there's two sides. This side's actually the side it's the closest to the for bee space, but they don't seem to, they still like to propolize it, which doesn't surprise me. And this is the top box. I had put some new foundation in. We're doing pretty good with it. On that side, they're doing much better. The rest of it isn't all that great. They haven't really touched it. Hopefully when I take the honey supers off of this hive and put this as the top brood box, I'll have to feed them a little bit. Maybe some 1-to-1 here while it's still early, and get them to draw the wax out on these combs. I'm going to go ahead and take this brood box off the top, get down to the honey super. It's not very heavy. And check this. They haven't really did a whole lot of capping. I can see that much of it. And all. So well, actually they did. They did do some capping, so, which is great. And the other frames alongside of it are capped also, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and knock some of this burr comb off the side here. Yeah, get my refractometer out. Go in here and knock off the cappings. Get myself a good drop of honey. And it still has some capping wax there. I think that'll work for me. From what I can see of it, it's about 16%, 16 and a half. So that's good. What I might just do is I've got about 4 hives here that are the ones with the deep boxes. I'll go ahead and probably pull these honey supers off first and extract them. And that way I can put the deep boxes right on top, and I'm done as far as messing with the hives, except for maybe doing a little bit of feeding. Try to get them to draw some wax out. So that's pretty good. I'm glad to see that. So until next time, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell and share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.